The two police officers involved in Sterling's death are still on paid administrative leave. The U.S. Attorney's Office won't comment on where their investigation stands.
It's been 9 months since police shot and killed Sterling, and for his parents, it's been an excruciating wait for answers. They've remained silent until tonight. They agreed to their first and only television interview, a conversation with our Delia Gonsalves.
I want to thank you.
Thank you
For giving me this opportunity to tell your story, to tell Terrence's story. You know, we've met several times. I've been into this living room. We've sat and talked, and it was a different time then.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, you were in a different space. I remember, Mr. Sterling, when I first came, we spoke at the doorway, and you said, my priority is my wife and my daughter.
Right. Their sanctity and their being able to stay sane because of what had happened and the strain and the stress that we were under as a family. We needed time.
Has some of that lifted?
Some of that has lifted. Not on the way, probably never be the same again in the rest of our lives because a part of us is missing. I said I want to do it, but my son was a viable part of this family. He stayed in this house with us. I saw him every day, morning and evening. We want to be able to move forward and move on, but we can't because we're stuck here and want to know what actually happened with him and what are the authorities doing in terms of, because we're not getting any feedback as to what they're doing. I mean, there's been investigation, grand jury, but we still don't have any answers to what happened with our son. We've been trying to be patient and asking God to give us patience, and people are rallying around us and helping us to get through this situation. But you know, your patients have a point too where they come to an end, and you want to know what's going on.
She says, "This your son?" And we said, "Yeah," and she said, "Well, he did make it."
Sorry. One of the hardest things I ever did in my life was to sit down and have to plan a funeral for a son that was 31 years old. We sat down as a family, had a dinner a week before my son died, having a good time, laughing and talking about how things were going for us and what we're going to do, what my daughter and my son were going to do in their future lives, and being able to laugh and rally around each other and have a good time. The next week he was gone, and we still don't have any answers as to what really happened with him. This is not me against the police department or anybody else. It's just about knowing what happened and getting justice for my son.
He wasn't ready to go. Someone decided to take him. That's where a lot of my anger stems from. He didn't have a choice. He chose. They chose.
And Delia, if you met him, you would never, ever forget him. He had a smile that would strike you at your heart. And if he had to and you needed it, he would give you the shirt off his back.
Terrence's birthday is July 31st. He would have been 32 years old. His friends are planning a memorial on that day. And, you know, family members tell me they purposely, intentionally were not part of the demonstrations and the protests because they say Terrence was a man of peace. They wanted to honor their son's life and legacy and control the message, and that's why they chose to speak tonight.
You know, we've heard so much about how Terrence Sterling died.
but we don't know a whole lot about how he lived. Who was he?
Right. He was an amazing man, they say, 31 years old, lived at home, loved his family, very close with his sister Crystal, who you saw in that story there, still went to church, was very close with his friends and family, well loved by his community and the folks that he worked with. I've been working this story for a long time. I've met a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of sources in this story, and no one has ever said anything negative about Terrence at all. So
and you can still tell from this family the enormity of the loss, the emotion is so raw, still as if it had just happened yesterday.
Right, right.
Each other hurting bad. Delia, thank you.
Thanks.